Hello, welcome back to Everyday Sports Mania. In today's video, we're going to be doing it headed into 2020, an NFL quarterback tier listing with many quarterbacks. Some are backups, some are starters, and some are elites. So anyway, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for more videos like this. Anyway, let's jump into it. So on number 1, we do have Aaron Rodgers. I do not yet think he is elite. He really has never been elite. He is borderline elite. He is a star. And I think those are the two ones that you have to think about putting him in. I'm going to say star. I do not think he's borderline elite anymore. He is a good player, but I don't think he's as good as he was with those wide receivers. Next, we got Cam Newton. Cam Newton is certainly, I don't think, elite. Certainly not elite. Certainly not borderline elite. Certainly not a star anymore. Certainly not star potential. Maybe average, but I think it's serviceable. Cam Newton has done his job in Carolina, and he's still a good quarterback. If you put him in, he's not going to make you 0-16. He has potential. He still is an NFL quarterback that has potential, so he's going to sit in serviceable. Next, we got Brian Hoyer. He's really easily a backup. You don't really need to ask because he's been a backup, so that's what we're going to put him in. Next, we got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton used to maybe be up here. Now he's down here. I think he's serviceable, just like as I was saying. Dak Prescott gets injured. Andy Dalton comes in. They're not going to be bad. Same thing with Newton. Newton goes to a team. Let's say Newton goes to the Jaguars. Minshew gets injured. Newton's right there. These two are serviceable quarterbacks. Next, we got Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is star potential. Baker Mayfield had an outstanding rookie year. And definitely we can agree on a sophomore slump. He did not get nearly as much touchdowns, and he did not have the best coaching or management. So if he gets that coaching and management that he needs, he could be maybe star, borderline, or elite, or maybe even elite in a couple of years. Next, we got Big Ben. He is star. Him and Aaron Rodgers are bread and butter. They are pretty much identical what they do in stats. They are not running quarterbacks, and they do not have the best targets. They are both stars. They're not elite anymore, but they still have that star ability in them. Next, we have Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, we really can't put him in star. It's hard to put him in star potential, but I think he's better than average. That's why we are going to put him in star potential. He's still a good quarterback. He has what he needs to surround him. And he's still able to win with this Eagles team. He has a lot of his career left. Next, we got Case Keenum. Case Keenum, we're going to put at backup. Just like Brian Hoyer, his playing days are over. Case Keenum was a very good Viking, but he's kind of lost his opportunity. Now he's on the Broncos. The Broncos have Drew Lock, the quarterback they need. And people kind of forgot about him. I honestly don't know who this is. This is Chad Henne, whatever how you say it. I think he's a backup. He's a backup. He's not going to make you terrible, and he's a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback, but he's a serviceable quarterback. But he's not there yet, so he's still a backup. He can back someone up, just like he did with Patrick Mahomes. Next, we got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, we have to put at star. I know a lot of people are going to are wondering why he is at star. Well, the reason why he is at star is because he has what he needs to surround him. He has much better stats than Mayfield and Wentz have. He's a 4th-round draft pick that proves himself to be the franchise of the Cowboys, and he's proved himself. He is definitely definitely a star quarterback. Next on the list, we have David Blau. David Blau, I do think, is serviceable. David Blau did not make the Lions terrible for considering that the Lions had Matthew Stafford all these years, and they haven't played that well. David Blau has been comparable to Matthew Stafford, and you can't turn him down. He's a good quarterback. He was a good backup for Matthew Stafford. He may be backup, but if he grows as a player, he's definitely serviceable. Next, we got Derek Carr. Derek Carr's inevitably average. He's not star potential anymore. He's not a star, and he's better than serviceable. He's probably the franchise of this Raiders team, and I think he's definitely not bad. He's an average quarterback. He's decent, and he proves it on his stats. Next, we have Deshaun Watson, who is borderline elite. I know a lot of you are thinking, how is he not elite? Deshaun Watson is amazing. Well, in recent years, he has been amazing. Now he doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins, and I think he is going to be elite in a couple of seasons, but he's definitely still borderline elite. Next, we have Drew Brees. Drew Brees is elite. That is someone who is elite. Drew Brees is an insane quarterback. He is the number 2 GOAT behind Tom Brady. He's playing Tom Brady twice a year, and he's finally has something to prove if he can win the division. He's been outstanding in his career, and he still is. Drew Brees is definitely elite. Next, we got Drew Lock. Drew Lock has potential. Drew Lock is star potential. He is not a star, he's not elite, and he's not borderline elite, not even close. But he did a lot for the Broncos when Joe Flacco did not play. Is the franchise of the team, and if you think about it, they very much improved their roster to point to help him out. He's a good quarterback, and watch out for him. Next, we got Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins, I think, is average. Dwayne Haskins has potential, but the interceptions need to go down. He might be playing for a new team next year, and you just got to watch out what he's going to do. Dwayne Haskins was not nearly as good as some quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, and Deshaun Watson. He did not play as well as Kyler Murray did. And he is for sure not star potential yet. He's still average. Next, we got Gardner Minshew, who is star potential. Gardner Minshew has proved himself very much. He is Minshew Mania, and he has completed his mission for being the face of the franchise on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gardner Minshew, good job. Next, we got Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett, I think, is serviceable. He has not been that good in recent years. He did get his opportunity to be the starter for the Colts, but he busted it. He's not a bust because he can serve for you if he goes to a new team. He probably will be the quarterback after Phillip Rivers, but I do not think that yet he is at the average star potential star point. Next, we got Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm's a backup. I'm not counting anything against 5th-round picks, but he's a backup for now. He was not that good. He was not insane at Georgia. He's not predicted to play at all probably in the first 3 years if Josh Allen stays healthy. He's just, unless he goes to a new team, he's going to be staying in backup for the next 10 years. Because the Bills will never give up on Josh Allen. Josh Allen has proven himself. And Jake Fromm's just not the quarterback to be. He's not going to be a starter until he goes to a new team or unless Josh Allen gets injured. Next, we got Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, this is tricky. Daniel Jones is not a bust, but the turnovers need to stop. He is definitely serviceable. Daniel Jones was not as good as Dwayne Haskins. He did play well, but he did not throw Dwayne Haskins did not throw nearly as many interceptions and did not fumble as much. That is why Daniel Jones is below. Next, we got Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I think, is easily... It's hard with these rookies, but I think he is an average quarterback. I think definitely he's going to get his shot to play much more than people like Jake Fromm and Jacob Eason. He will get his opportunity to play if Carson Wentz does not prove himself. And he was not bad at Oklahoma, and he's got potential. He's got the speed and he's got the arm. Next, we got Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, I really want to put at bust, but I'm not. I'm going to put Jameis Winston at backup. I think Jameis Winston lost his spot to be a starter with the 30 interception year. You can't be an NFL quarterback and throw that much interceptions. He is with Case Keenum. I get it. Case Keenum, Brian Hoyer. All these guys are 30 years old and are at the end of their careers. I understand, but Jameis Winston's just not elite anymore. Next, we got Jared Goff. Jared Goff is average. Jared Goff is not bad. Jared Goff led the Rams to the Super Bowl, but had a depressing year the year later. He has the weapons. He has the offensive line, and they have the defense. He's just got to connect more. Next, we got Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham is not a bust. Jarrett Stidham was behind the great Tom Brady. I think Jarrett Stidham's serviceable. I do think he is. I think he's not going to be great year one, not great year two, but he's got the Bill Belichick quarterback, and that's all you can. And that's the perfect coach to have when you have a young rookie quarterback. Next, we got Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a star. No. All right, Jimmy G, he doesn't have any potential anymore. I think Jimmy G is... All right, Jimmy G's star potential. Jimmy G proved himself last season. He got them to the Super Bowl, the 49ers. But if you look at it, Jimmy Garoppolo is not like he was. Jimmy Garoppolo is not like, if you think about it, he's not like he was ever. Like, if you think about it, the 49ers have the best defense in the NFL, amazing running game, and they have a great coaching staff. Garoppolo is not elite. He would be if he led them to a Super Bowl with a terrible defense and no running. But he does have those weapons, and he's star potential. Next, we got Joe Burrow. A lot of people will get mad at me for this, but he's the number 1 overall pick. You have to put him at star potential. Have you ever seen any college quarterback to throw 7 touchdowns in one game? What did he throw? Like 6 in the first half? He is star potential. He is AJ Green. He is Tyler Boyd. He is Joe Mixon. He's a star potential. Next, you got Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is going to be a backup as well. Jordan Love, serviceable. Jordan Love's a first-round pick. A first-round pick's going to get his opportunity to play. But unless some weird trade comes up where Aaron Rodgers is gone, he's not going to get to play. He can play if you need him to, though. Josh Allen, I think we're going to put at star potential. Josh Allen is a very good quarterback. Josh Allen has proved it, and he's very young. He is the guy that will be the quarterback for Buffalo for a long time. Long time. Next, we got Josh Rosen. A lot of people might argue with that, but he's a bust. Josh Rosen got his opportunity in the first-round draft pick from Arizona, to the Arizona Cardinals. Did not do well there. Went to Miami. Did not do well there. He is a free agent. He is not going to get picked up unless some team like Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin includes him. But for the most part, he is a bust. Next, you got Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, I think, is average. Justin Herbert has the weapons to succeed, has the running game, and has the defense. He may not be that good, but his team will. And when your team's good, you get a lot of credit. So that's the only reason. Next, you got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, star potential. Kirk Cousins proved himself last season, knocking out the Saints in the second time in 3 years, and well, him and Case Keenum are the most hated quarterbacks from Saints fans, but all you need to know is that he's star potential. Next on the list, wait, do we have Drew Brees? Oh yeah, all right. Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen, I think, is a backup. Kyle Allen did not prove himself in Carolina. He lost in pretty much all their games. He has a good receiving game, the best running back in the NFL, and an okay defense. But he's not a player that's going to be able to get his shot anymore. But you never know. Ron Rivera may include him. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is not a bust, so let's just put him there. Kyler Murray is star potential. Kyler Murray was okay his rookie year. He was not amazing, but if you look at the Cardinals did not have DeAndre Hopkins, did not have Isaiah Simmons, did not have those people. His number one receiver was a 36-year-old red zone threat who is not as good as he was. Now he is the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL. He's going to be good, and you know it. Next, you got Lamar Jackson. He's obviously... Put him up there. Lamar is the future Michael Vick. Lamar is the Michael Vick, actually. He is amazing. I don't know what he can't do that involves running. He has a good offensive line, and he has a good defense. You gotta watch. Lamar's going to be just as good as he was last year. Trust me. Next, you got Marcus Mariota. Don't think he's bad. He's serviceable. Mariota will play when he can, when you give him the chance. He's not amazing. Yes, I know that. He got replaced by Ryan Tannehill, and he got traded to the Raiders, where he's not going to play. He's still a good quarterback. If you make him play, he's going to play well. Next, you got Mason Rudolph. He's a bust. Nah, he's a backup. He did get them, with the help of Devlin Hodges, to a decent 8-8 season. Or not 8-8, whatever the record was. But he did not make them awful. They were not awful. And, well, he's with Big Ben's. The Steelers need to fix something out. Devlin Hodges and Rudolph are not the quarterbacks, and Rudolph might be on a new team in the future, but we know that he's not amazing. Next, you got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is average. Matt Ryan chokes in the red zone, but he's not star potential. Next, you got Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is average. Matt Stafford is not as good as he was, but he's still a quarterback in the NFL. That is okay. Trubisky, well, Bears fans wouldn't agree with this. I would put him at bust, of course, but he's serviceable. Trubisky, if eventually he gets traded, he's a serviceable quarterback. He led them to an 8-8 season with the help of Chase Daniel. But Trubisky is, considering that he's the number 2 overall pick, you shouldn't be proud of yourself for being a serviceable. Next, you got Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a backup. Nick Foles was a complete, Eagles fans will hate this about me, but he is a complete fluke. He is not nearly as elite as he was with the Eagles. He wasn't good with the Jaguars. He's not going to be good with the Bears. You already know. Next, bust. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you really thought I was putting a bust. This man is the future GOAT. Patrick Mahomes has everything that a quarterback ever needs to be good. List one thing that Patrick Mahomes isn't good at the quarterback position. He can run. He can throw it 700 yards. He spins off everyone who tries to sack him. Mahomes is very elite. Next, you got Rivers. Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is not a bad quarterback. He's a star. Rivers is not elite anymore. He is exactly the same rank as Rodgers and Roethlisberger. The 3 R's all are in star. Robert Griffin is a backup. Robert Griffin beat the Steelers with a team of backups, period. Next, I got Russell Wilson. A lot of people may argue that Russell Wilson is elite. I think he's borderline elite. Russell Wilson does have trouble in the playoffs. He is a very good stat king. But if he had the receivers, he would be with Mahomes, Lamar, Breeze. He doesn't, though. He's perfect with Watson. Next, you got Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is average. People may argue, but I don't care. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a 35-year-old man who led the Dolphins team with rushing yards. He was not awful. If the Dolphins built the team around him, they would be much better. I get it that they have Tua, but Fitzpatrick is still a good quarterback. Fitzmagic is a perfect backup, but he's more. He's more than that. He's special. Next, you got Ryan Tannehill, who is star potential. Ryan Tannehill had a team built around him. Mike Vrabel wanted to build the team around him. Mike Vrabel knew what the team needed. Offensive line, period. Derrick Henry, period. Next, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is not a bad quarterback. He does not have a team built around him. That is why he has star potential. There's a difference between Sam Darnold and, Mitchell Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky had a team built around him, a great defense, a good wide receiver game in Tariq Cohen, who's a good running back. Sam Darnold has no wide receivers that anyone knows, does not have a good offensive line at all, and has an awful defense. If the Jets built the team around, if he was on the Chiefs, he would be star, maybe borderline elite. He just doesn't have a team built around him. That's why he has star potential. Next, you got Taysom Hill. I don't really see how he's able to Oh, by the way, did I say Lamar Jackson? That's Robert Griffin. But, by the way, Taysom Hill, I don't think Taysom Hill really would succeed as a number one true quarterback. I think he's more of a guy who wants to sit on the bench because he does want to play other positions. But I do not think he's a future of the Saints. I think the Saints will attempt to draft in someone in 2022 or 2021. But I do not think he is a quarterback up there. Next, you got Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback. I'm going to put him at average. He's kind of done with his potential days. He sat on the bench for a while with the Vikings. He's in his third he was going into his third season. He's spent 2 seasons on the bench, Drew Brees. But he's still an average quarterback. He led them to 7-1, but I don't know. Is that a fluke? That's why I'm putting him at average. Next, you got Tom Brady. Tom Brady with the Patriots is star. All right. In recent years, Tom Brady's star. He isn't. But now that he's with the Buccaneers, he ain't star anymore. He elite. Tom Brady, all right. From recent years, we're going to put him at borderline elite. The only reason why I put Drew Brees in front of him is because Drew Brees may choke much more. No. All right, that final decision. I just remembered 6 Super Bowls, period. Next, we got Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa, I think, will be serviceable. Like, if you think about it, Tua Tagovailoa does not have a team built around him. They put the effort in, but he's not going to be good year one. I will tell you that. Until Miami puts more effort in, he is not going to be an amazing quarterback. Last but certainly not last on the list, we got Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, I think I want to put at serviceable. I think my prediction is that he plays the first 4 weeks of the season and then he gets replaced by Justin Herbert. Wait, is Justin Herbert on this? Yeah, Justin Herbert is. All right. Tyrod Taylor is very close to bust. Is very close to backup, but I still think he is a serviceable quarterback. He will go in if you need him to. And he is not a bad quarterback. And one more adjustment to this list, I thought about it, and I have Kyle Allen being a bust. Sorry, Panthers and Redskins fans, but it is the truth. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video on Everyday Sports Mania. I know it was a long one, but it was a good one. Anyway, you can pause the video right now, subscribe, like, and hit the bell. And you can look at this list and in the comments leave who you think I should fix. Anyway, this is Everyday Sports Mania, and I'm signing off. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Leave a comment. And anyway, we're out.